Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. This is your singles love reading for Taurus. Ooh, as soon as I said Taurus, out come the Fool. Yeah, there's someone here taking a little risk here. This is a person wanting to communicate. I feel like we have someone who's not following through. Someone here is not reliable. It could be this person has a lot on their plate, could have things bothering them. But yeah, someone who doesn't follow through. Yeah, and you can see this fast-moving energy. I do feel, there could be multiple opportunities coming in. Often this is someone overwhelmed, been there, done that. Yeah, there's been some hurt feelings and something is bothering someone. It's weighing heavily. Yeah, it's an energy of a situation that didn't go the distance. See a little player energy, just a little. Yeah, maybe there was a third party, multiple opportunities. But I definitely see a person here acknowledging. Someone's acknowledging something here. Yeah, it's an energy of someone who didn't acknowledge something, but it is now because it's a person breaking free from this. Yeah, there may have been a third party, multiple opportunities. Someone might have been involved with someone else. Yeah, we have the Empress energy. Yeah, so I feel like it's an energy of breaking free, but I do feel, like I say, there could be hurt feelings or things bothering you, this person, whatever it may be. Tell me about this Page of Pentacles. Yeah, this is someone manifesting. Now, it could be a little manipulation or mischievous. Someone may have taken a risk. Yeah, I think you're just manifesting something new. I feel like you've been there, done that. Yeah, I do think there's some hard feelings, a little bit of hard feelings, but like I say, this is often someone going to let it go because the sun starts to shine. Once somebody gets something off their chest, or they just let it go. Maybe baggage, maybe someone has too much baggage. Yeah, I feel like, let's have a look at this Two of Swords, Eight of Swords energy. Yeah, so I think somebody here has been there, done that. It's an energy of someone losing interest. Someone's interested in someone else, possibly. See, playing the field, but breaking free from this. Yeah, I feel like you're open to other offers and opportunities here. Yeah, I feel this is, it could be the straw that broke the camel's back. There may have been manipulation, or like I say, it's all about manifesting new. It has to do with the communication, maybe something mischievous. But whatever it is, I feel it's something that's finished. Yeah, it's finished here. There is possible somebody was juggling here, or just an inner struggle. And it could be someone robbing Peter to pay Paul. They have a lot of debt, someone with a lot of baggage. Whatever the situation, I feel like you've been there, done that. I feel like you've lost interest. And it could be, too, where this person, you may have felt this person was only interested in what you could provide them. I feel they don't have a lot to provide, and that's part of it. But, yeah, it does look like someone chasing after you, but I feel like you've lost interest. Yeah, I do see pushing someone away, standing up to them, blocking them. Enough is enough. The straw that broke the camel's back. Yeah. I do think you're seeing the bigger picture, but I feel like you're getting yourself out there again. It does look like this is something that's over. It's done. You're rising like the phoenix from the ashes yourself here, I feel. Yeah, I do think you've got a person who was being a little manipulative or more mischievous. I don't feel like this is someone who was out to cause any hurt or heartache. But there was a third party for some, or just hurt feelings. Yeah. Tell me about the Three of Swords. Yeah, it's a possible third party. Someone here online dating, social media. Someone playing the field. Someone here's definitely been playing the field. Yeah, but I feel like you don't feel like this person can provide anything, or they're only interested in what you can provide. So maybe there's some hurt feelings there. But I do see some kind of good news. So this is interesting. There's an opportunity here. Yeah, I think you're just seeking other opportunities. I feel like getting out, friends, family, being more social. Yeah, so maybe, like I say, there could have been a third party for some manipulation. This is generally mischievous, though. It's generally not somebody who has bad intentions. It really isn't. It's someone who, I think they have baggage. I do think they've let this baggage go, but they have a lot on their plate. They're juggling responsibilities, multiple jobs. This is someone overwhelmed. They're very busy. So, yeah. Someone here reminiscing. That could be someone who's got children, single parent energy. Yeah, I feel like you're just kind of reminiscing. It could be someone missing someone here a little bit too, though. But like I say, there's not necessarily a third party. Please, if you don't know for sure, because I'm getting a vibe of someone juggling with a lot on their plate, working multiple jobs, single parent, which could be yourself, the mother of the children. But I definitely see this looking before you leap. Yeah, see, looking before they leap, going down this path, the things you have in common, compatibility. Yeah. Some of you are that, been there, done that, especially if they have children. I feel like you're losing interest. You're not interested in this. I feel it's the feminine here who's not interested in it. You can flip it, though. Yeah, see, there it is. There's change coming. It's about moving on, closing a chapter, starting a whole new chapter here. So I feel like you're trying to look at the bright side. You're feeling positive. See, getting out there again. I do think there's some happy memories with this person, but I do think it's something that didn't really go anywhere. It didn't go the distance. But I do feel there was a sense of compatibility. See, spending time doing things together. It's hard to spend time with someone when they're busy. I think it's a person who's busy. They just got way too much going on. Yeah, I do think you have another person coming in here. There's a person taking see, there's opportunity here. Yeah, I think some of you are just yourself going to just play the field and kind of see what happens. I think you're trying to stay positive here, but it is an energy of going on a date. Somebody reaching out, taking this opportunity. Yeah, you got a fresh new start. Someone's coming in with that cup. The cup runneth over. You're about to receive the cup. Who is this magician energy? Tell me about the magician. I just want to see if you've got a choice and you're comparing one to the other. You could be comparing someone here because it's like you're manifesting something new. But you're looking for things you have in common and compatibility. Some of you took a risk with someone here only to find out you weren't that compatible. This is why it takes time, you know. It's about not rushing into things. Tell me about this magician. Yeah. This is someone here. Thanks, but no thanks. This is someone who's exhausted. I feel it has to do with whether someone's your type. Someone's ignoring someone. But I feel it's an energy of opportunity. Some of you maybe were with this person for a bit and missing other opportunities. So that's why I feel like you're just open to other opportunities. I do think this is, no, I don't think this is, yeah, you're just not on the same page here. But I don't think this person was unfaithful. If there's two, somebody may have been. So be careful about who's coming in. It's not necessary, because this is someone innocent, but it's someone who doesn't communicate clearly. Maybe they aren't sure what they want. But it's about faith and loyalty, being on the same page. I don't feel somebody was unfaithful. Maybe they think that way about you. I don't think it's this. This is another Taurus. Very family oriented. Friends who were like family. Yeah. See, if you've got two and you're comparing one to the other. Yeah. Because there is a person coming in asking you out. Tell me about the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, see, it's decision out with the old and with the new. It's a big decision. Judgment. Someone judging a book by its cover or just making a decision altogether here. Yeah, it has to do with commitment. I think this person, there's a person who was committed. They were committed. I don't think this, if it was another Taurus, they weren't, I don't feel like they weren't faithful because they are a committal kind of person. So who's not committed? Yeah, that is the question. But I do see commitment. I see going down this path, getting together, spending time together, doing things together, and a commitment. Somebody, and I mean, it could be just where things didn't start off right. But it does have to do with the way someone communicates. That's where I feel like there's an issue. It's about the communication. Somebody who doesn't communicate clearly. But like I say, it's an energy of someone, I don't know if this is someone getting bored or you're bored of this person and losing interest. Maybe you both feel, it's almost like you both feel the same, but see, a little mirroring. Sometimes people are too much the same. Yeah, because I feel like, you know, this person got a little Gemini. This person has a lot of skills. They're very handy. They juggle a lot. But I don't know if this is someone just exhausted because of this. They're just tired. But it's energy of failing to recognize a cup. See, someone failed to recognize the cup. The opportunity, missing opportunity. I don't know. Let's have a look here and see what happens with this Knight of Cups. Who is this person? Who is this person? What have you got down here? Just want to make sure, because I don't always remember every single card. I see exactly what's going on here. Yeah, you've got someone here who's kind of wishy-washy. It does look like you got a choice. Somebody here moves very quickly. So this is somebody feeling overwhelmed. They rush in and back out, and then you have this other opportunity. I think it's this person, to be honest. I do. I feel they rushed into this too quickly, too much on their plate. Maybe you had some sort of an agreement here. Yeah, but now you can see an ending. So this is where something is ending. It's moving on. There's change. See, closing a chapter. I feel like you're just reminiscing here and just closing a chapter. It is over, but you got somebody else coming in. I can see this person coming in, but I do think it is to do with thinking there was a third party or just hurt feelings. But I mean, I do think there was some love here, though, to be honest. Yeah, but it's a person who got overwhelmed. They rushed in too quickly, got overwhelmed. It's over. Yeah, I see a Scorpio energy. And if you have this other person, because I see 3, so I don't know if this is a friend of a friend or something here. I'm hoping not. But I do feel there's an ending, and every ending leads to a new beginning. So you do have a person coming in to ask you out. I feel like this person never had time dating. I do think they have bills, debt, money. You know, I feel maybe they work in contracts, that there's children. I do think they're faithful. They're very family oriented. I see friends who are like family. So that's interesting. And there we have this other, see, some of you are, you've got a person coming in. You've got this person coming in. It is out with the old, in with the new. I feel like you're just reminiscing. It's just time to move on. And it could be someone here has habits, patterns, behaviors. You might be looking that they'll never change. Yeah, and if it is children and you don't want children, then there's not really any point in carrying on, right? You have to be on the same page. Yeah, this person doesn't have a lot of time, I feel, too. Like they don't have a lot of time. The time for their children, you know. This person's very much making their children a priority. So that's probably some hurt feelings here. But the Chariot is someone who's determined to succeed. I see putting on the brakes a little, taking another look, because there's another person coming in to offer you up this cup. Yeah, I do see that you're single. Yeah. Whoever's coming in, I see Cancer, yeah, I wouldn't say Scorpio. It could be. It's here, but that has to do with the ending. See, there's change coming. Yeah, you got new. Some of you might be changing your look, dressing for success. I think your first impression of this person, they are somebody who kind of likes to take control. They take the lead. But it's also this person here. They may have just ended something. I mean, it could be this person ending something with that other person, but I do see you being single. And I do see this person coming in. Yeah, I see a person who's, this person up here, they're more old school. Yeah. They like to kind of take the lead. But it's interesting because you're comparing one to the other. It's all about getting that pentacle, getting the cup, planting the seed, building a foundation. I feel there was no real commitment, but yet I feel there was a sense of, there was some loyalty. I feel like just watch out for the next person that comes in. And maybe that's what's happening. You got someone come in and you're putting on the brakes. I think there was a, if you're a feminine Taurus and there is a masculine Taurus, you're going to have a power struggle. This is two people often butt heads. Yeah, too much in common, too much the same. But it can work. And then I see a Virgo energy or somebody with Cancer. Some of you got choices coming in. Yeah, you've got an Emperor. I feel this is what you want. You want someone who can provide something, someone who has time. I do think you're dating, playing the field. But I do feel that you have an Emperor here coming in. Somebody who's mastered all the energies of the kings. But it's a person who knows what they want and they're going to make this happen. So this is someone making this happen. They're taking control. They're coming towards you. Yeah, this is someone a little different than your usual type. I actually wouldn't be surprised if there's an Aries energy here. Yeah, just be cautious of anyone who's really controlling. Because I do see a power struggle. But it is an energy of someone who's determined to succeed. They're not ruled by their emotions. They're confident. They have a lot of self-control. Someone who's different than your usual type. I feel like you got a big decision to make. But I do kind of think this up here is over. It does look like it's over. You feel like you took your power back. Yeah. Maybe you're taking another look at this. See, it's an energy of a chapter closing the book. That's why I kind of feel it's done. You've closed the book on that. And now it's about this life path choice decision. See, another person. I think you've got two people coming in here. I don't think this one person is connected to the person up top. That's done. This is two other people. Yeah, going out, maybe being more social. I feel like you are trying to look at the bright side, but I do think you're seeing the bigger picture. In other words, don't start something if you don't feel like it's going to go the distance. There could be children involved in this up here, maybe some hurt feelings there. See, that's why if you don't want to be involved with someone with children, definitely you don't start it. Yeah. But I feel here, like I say, you got two people coming in. One of these people actually may rush in very quickly, get overwhelmed, or want to rush towards second base, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Too quickly, and you might get a little overwhelmed. And then you have someone here who's probably more traditional with the energy here. Someone who just goes with the flow and see where it goes. But yeah, I do see some of you no longer giving to someone, and then you got multiple people reaching out. But I feel like you're no longer giving to someone. I feel like you got a person who's got too much ego. One of these people's got the ego. They come in very quick. Yeah, but I feel that's the person you're not feeding their ego, and then you have this other person. But I still think you're comparing them to this person who is loyal, faithful, very family-oriented, but yeah. And it could have to do with whether someone fits within your friends and family, within your social circle. Yeah, you're going to have that moment of truth, a little aha moment here. Yeah, I see a little timeout being pinned down by your thoughts. So some of you, maybe you're just thinking this is just a timeout with someone and you're just exploring some options here. This is definitely someone who wants to explore. They want to move forward, but it's the other person I think you need to worry about, because that's the person who comes in and will overwhelm you. They come on too fast, too strong. See, I feel like you're not ready. I feel like you need a little time out. I think some of you are exhausted. You need a time out here. It's sort of like jumping from the frying pan into the fire. Yeah. I do think you've got some choices here. Tell me about this Six of Pentacles. Yeah, see, one of these people, you feel like there's no hope. I feel like you're kind of sad right now. I do. Just feeling kind of sad. Yeah, something has ended. I also seen in another, may not pertain to this reading, but someone who had passed away and someone was sad, needing a time out, needing a little break. So I do think there may have been hurt feelings if someone hurt your feelings. I don't know what, there is that energy. But be careful of a person who rushes in or rushes out. That's where I feel the third party. And it could be where you're just looking at your past, reminiscing. People that you've dated, the way things have gone, you're not having a lot of success. I feel like you just need to take a break and a time out. I do think there are opportunities definitely coming your way. Yeah, see, it's about long-term stability, a partner. I feel some of you want a partner. Maybe you're on a break from this person here. I think you're just I think some of you are tired. I feel like you're sad. I do think you're focusing on the Two of Cups, or focusing on the cups that are spilled, right? Sadness, that emotional energy, not focusing on the Two of Cups, which I am going to be honest, feels like it is this Taurus person up here. I do think this is another Taurus that I see being drained. So I don't know if this person offered you a commitment or something and you didn't take it. But I do think this is someone very much children, family, or just family oriented. Yeah. Tell me about this Knight of Cups. This person is someone who's going to go with the flow. Yeah, see, it's an energy of someone who comes in right. So I do see some harmony. And that's what I feel like. You're weighing the pros and the cons, comparing. And I do think you are also juggling. I think you have a lot going on. But I feel, some of you anyway, but I feel here for the Justice, it's about a person who comes in right. It's about that moment you realize someone just isn't right for you. And then whether someone is. It's about your type. So some of you have a type. So I feel you're going to just take a break and take a little bit of a time out here. And I do see focusing on stability, long-term stability. Yeah, releasing things that no longer serve. But I do feel like there's hope here. See, it's about whether the feelings are mutual too. Feeling sad. Well, I don't know how this person up here is feeling, but they're definitely... It's either you said no to this person or, you know, no thanks if they reached out and if they made a commitment, because it looks like it's someone who made a commitment. They built the foundation. They came in right, but something definitely went wrong here. I think it has to do with children, or they just work too much. They have a lot on their plate. Yeah, they have a lot going on. They get overwhelmed. Yeah, I think you already know the answers you're seeking. I do think the feelings are definitely mutual, but I do feel getting out, being social, you know. I do feel knowing your worth and your value. Some of you, I feel, especially if someone makes their children a priority, and I kind of get this energy of someone who you feel maybe disrespected or not valued. Yeah, someone does that. Yeah, but you've got choices. I do think you are going to find love here. And I do see trusting your intuition, your inner knowing. So you're keeping things to yourself. I do think you're kind of keeping a lot to yourself, very private here. But you're going to have that moment of truth. You're going to have a victory here. And I do see enlightenment. Yeah. But if you are making a choice and you're just deciding to take a little time out, where you're kind of 1 minute you feel like there's hope, the next minute you feel like there isn't, you know, and you're just on that, you know, that up and down energy, take a little time, because you do have someone coming in and they do come in right. It's just about choosing the right person for yourself. Yeah, I do think some of you are a little bit confused. Yeah, see the unknown here, but it's about going deep within your own feelings. You definitely, I do sense somebody with strong Cancer energies coming your way. Someone kind and nurturing, caring, but I do feel just dating. So I don't know if this is someone, I do feel that they want to explore this connection and kind of see how it goes. Yeah, a little time out, and I do think things are going to change here. things are going to change. See, it's just closing a chapter. It's hard sometimes to close out a chapter. See, one door closes and another one opens. So I do feel like you will connect. I do think you're going to find I do think you have a person who's going to try to rush you to that physical connection really quickly. And I think you need to take a look at that person. Be a little careful with that person, because I'm not so sure. They're a runner. You got a person who's a runner, and then you have the person who just wants to go with the flow and explore it. So maybe you're just kind of like feeling that maybe none of these. I don't know. But like I say, you're pinned down by your thoughts. Take a break. Get out of your head. And I feel like you can make a beautiful decision here. Because you have what you need to manifest what you desire. And I feel like that sense of I don't really need anybody. But I feel like you do. I feel like you want a partner. That's what this person wants too. But I do think they work a lot and juggle. I do think they have some debt. I do think this person's solid though. I do think they're reliable. I do think you have a lot in common. Maybe too much, like I say, button heads. And it has to do with the way you communicate with each other. See little text messages, dropping breadcrumbs here and there, not taking the time. Someone who's not taking the time to spend communicating, and probably text messages. I'm sensing text messages here that aren't always clear. Yeah. I feel all's going to be well though, and I do see that with this energy here of just kind of looking out for yourself a little bit, spending a little time alone. Some of you just feel like being alone too, but yet you've got these opportunities and you feel like you're going to miss them. Anything that's meant to be. See, the right person waits till, you've got a person here where, and it could be where it's yourself. The right person's waits till you're ready, and it could be yourself needing to not quite be ready. So that person, I do feel, if it's not yourself in that energy, it's this other person. Someone who's going deep within their feelings. The moon is often romantic, somebody a little more romantic. And I do think that's what you want, like you're craving a little bit of romance here. Yeah. Take care, and we'll see you soon.